to Stationeers. Where we left off last episode, we just created all our alloys, and then I just basically did some general tidy up. So we didn't get a great deal done, but today we have a lot to do. We are going to build an airlock and hydroponics station so we can actually get some food and not die. First off, before we get too involved with the rest of it, we're going to need some gas to actually put into our hydroponics. So the plants are going to need CO2, and then they're going to convert that CO2 into oxygen. So we need to get some sort of platform set up where we can draw in the O2 in the atmosphere, and I want to get that started now so we actually have a little bit of a supply of CO2 before we are ready to plant. So I'm thinking like just out the back here, and in fact we're probably going to need some more steel frames. Now I believe we get our drill out, we should be able to put it in flatten mode. That, yeah, it looks reasonable. Alright, cool. That's got that sorted out, and I'll turn that off. And we'll put that away. Grab the tool belt back out. Okay. Atmospherics. Now. So this is going to have two inputs where we're going to be drawing air from within here, and we're also going to be drawing air from the atmosphere as well. So possibly let's do that. Is that a filtration? Oh, god damn it. I built an air conditioner. I'm gonna leave a little bit of space for us. Let's put you up there. Okay. And then we'll need to grab the hand drill. Let's get the steel sheets away as well. That's not the hand drill. There we go. Filtration unit. Okay, good. Now, we need our tanks. Do we want to push it over that side? Yeah, I think so. Have it directly in line with this. I'm not sure how permanent this setup is going to be. Basically, I'm trying to just make it so we don't die. So we're setting up a starter base, basically. That's the... we can turn that off to save some power. And if I can get around here, that's already off. Okay, that's good. Probably don't need these on anymore either. Okay. So now we just need some pipes. So we're gonna have, for right now, we're gonna have CO2 and oxygen. And then CO2 is gonna be filtered back into the room. And then we'll do like a pressure regulator system. So if it gets, if too much pressure gets in the room, we automatically draw it out and it goes back into the system and we try to filter it out. And this is why I wanted to do a shitload of mining before we got started into actually doing stuff, because if I had to stop to go mine something, like it'd just irritate me. Okay, so there's going to be a passive vent here to exhaust anything that isn't CO2 or oxygen. We're also going to have a pipe here, a passive vent here for the input. So it's going to draw CO2 out of the atmosphere into here. And then we're also going to need vents in here as well. So there's going to be let's just rotate it around this way. So there's going to be that's an input vent, and then this one is going to be an exhaust vent that draws gas out. And we're going to have pressure regulators to control the pressure inside the room. If I can get the rotation right. No, nearly. Nope. There we go. Okay, pressure regulator. And that's gonna try to force a certain pressure into the room. Okay, so we're gonna set this up. We don't need 50 kilopascals. I think 30 kilopascals. That should be fairly easy to maintain. Hopefully. And then for the exhaust, we're going to use a back pressure regulator. And that is good. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll set this to be 28. So if the pressure inside the room gets above 28, it will relieve some of the pressure back through the system. And then this pressure regulator is going to be constantly trying to push the pressure up to 30. So to create a constant cycle, hopefully, where we're able to draw out the CO2, draw out the O2 that the plants are creating. Speaking of which, we're going to need filters. So we will need a CO2 filter. And then we will also need an oxygen filter. Okay, and we're going to connect that directly to this pipe here. So not only will the CO2 go into the tank, but it'll also go through this pipe here as well and be forced into the room. Okay, so that looks good. Okay, composite wall, no. We want composite window. Actually, that's one thing I really love about this game, is the fact that I can place more than one item in the same grid, provided they're not like in the same spot exactly, like same orientation. So I can, even though I've got that wall on the inside, I can still place this one on the ground or, you know, wherever, which is pretty cool. Except my rotations are not working. There we go. So we just want you there. And then you there. So we've got 3 windows. And we'll need to do the same here. And then we're also going to need... there's going to be a wall there, like just a nice solid wall. And there's going to be one there as well, but I'm not going to bother putting them in just yet because we're most likely going to be ripping shit down and, you know, just sort it all out. I didn't realize I had cables and pipes. What am I looking for? Let's eat the last of our cereal bars. That's it. It's done. Power. I think I'm just going to connect it up. I'm just going to connect this up. Ideally, I would place it on another network, so I'd put an area power controller. But it's not a great deal of power. It's only a very tiny setup, so I'm sure it's going to be fine. All right, so that is on. That's going to be drawing CO2 out of the atmosphere for us. We need the doors. There they are. Because we're gonna need to make an airlock. Should we do a glass door? Glass doors don't hold as much pressure, but we're not pressurizing the room that much. Alternatively, we could make a composite door, which is a little bit narrower. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. We'll do the composite doors. Okay, so I need to make sure that they, like the power and the data are on the inside. All right, so that is good. What else do we need here? We need a console. We're also going to need an active vent. Actually, we're going to need a couple of active vents. We've got pipes. We're going to need that. Advanced airlock circuit. Okay, so let's get the console out and work out where we're going to put this. So if we put the console there, we can put an active vent on that side and an active vent on that side. And then we also need a gas sensor. We could put the gas sensor in the floor, but I don't like putting things on the floor because they still have, like, you still walk over them and it's a little bit irritating. I can't put it in the roof. I don't think I've left myself enough space with just this one wall. We might have to put the sensor in the ground. Yeah, screw it. All right, so there's the console. Let's grab the circuit board for the advanced airlock. We'll put that in there as well. We'll be able to put one of the active vents in, which is going to have to be rotated around this way, so we can get the power in the bottom of that one. And then lastly, we will need another active vent. Do we have a sensor? No, we've used it. All right, so we'll have to build a sensor as well. Same materials. Okay. Yep, that looks good. Okay. So it's going to be a four-way junction. And then Actually, that is gonna have to be a 4-way junction. Because we also need to power up the doors. I did want to put the sensor here. Let's just do that. So we need a gas sensor for this, obviously. We need a little bit of glass for the front of that. And piping. Okay. So I think what we're gonna do for the exterior, I'm just gonna have a pipe there. We're gonna store the gas in that pipe because the external pressure is only 2 kilopascals. We don't really need to store it in a tank or anything or vent it to the outside. We'll just store it in the pipe and we'll reuse it. So whenever this thing needs to pressurize for us to go outside, the gas it needs is going to be in there. Okay. Next we need to power this all. I think I'm just gonna connect it to the network, even though it really should be on a separate network. Because this even, oh shit. This even has, like, it's got a water canister in it, so we don't need to worry about water. So why don't we, I could fucking get it in there. Go, get in there. Yeah, perfect. And then we can fit 4 plants in there, which would be awesome. Because most likely our plants are going to die eventually. I'm not going to be able to stay with the upkeep. Get rid of that. And let's get our new filter. I'll swap our battery over, seeing as it's on medium and that one is full. How is gases in here looking? 391 kilopascals. That hasn't been running, but we don't really care about the oxygen. We only need to care about the oxygen when the plants are producing it. So that looks fine. Okay, so there is this one here. We could also store that in the pipe. But the trouble is we don't want any other types of gases in this room. So whatever we store for this vent is going to end up in this room. So we need to make sure it's pure CO2. Oh, I've got an idea. What if... Let's make a gas canister. And then a canister storage. Oh, Jesus Christ. Thanks for that. Okay, and then on the back side here, Where should we put it? Now let's put it on the front so we can check it. Although it might be confusing with the outside one. That's alright. It's fine. Whatever. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So what we can do is I've got 1.1 megapascals of pure CO2 in my waste tank. So we could just swap this over and then use this. So that'd be good. Let's get it all piped up and ready to go. Which we're gonna have to remove this to get the piping network through it. Okay, that's piped up. Let's build the doors and the walls, I guess. I think they just take plastic. Plastic for the windows. We'll do these ones as well. Maybe it's not. Or do we need to... Oh, we need the crowbar. Yes. Crowbar and glass. Okay, so we can unable to force open. Door is currently powered. Oh, okay. So this one's not? Oh no, that's fine. So they work? Yep. Okay, excellent. And this should be airtight and when I weld that block up. Get the welder and some steel sheets. Got to make it airtight this time, and same with the floor. That needs to be completely welded up. What else have we got here? We do need to do this one as well. So that should be fully airtight. Okay. Hunger. Oh no. We've used all of our cereal bars. I really shouldn't be worrying about how this looks, but I'm going to anyway. Alright, composite wall there, and then we want a composite wall here. Beautiful. And I believe we just need some plastic to finish that off. There we go. Beautiful. Let's do that. That looks nice. We should probably put some lights in there as well, but fuck it. Okay, so two more things I want to do is I want to get, yeah, this floor grating, which we need some iron for. Getting low on the old iron. How long is that going to take? Not very long at all. We'll change that over, try and get some more iron being smelted. Turn that off. Put the mining belt away. Yeah, that looks good. And then, is that fully welded up? Oh, it's not. Okay, we will have to... Oh, we've got the steel sheets on us. That's good. All right, now it's airtight. Let's get the floor grading out. There we go. Okay. How much water is in this? Not a great deal. We will have to sort that out. But this should get it going, right? Hopefully. Let's get our data disk out and sort out the airlock. Get it organized. So we'll turn that on. Now, external pressure, we want 2 kPa. Internal is just going to be 30. We're going to need to label these because it wants to know which is the exterior and which is the interior. So let's do composite door. Exterior. This is the interior vent. I might just copy that before I change this. Interior vent, and this is exterior vent. Perfect. Okay, so now we can turn that labeler off and put it away. Okay, so that's there's the gas sensor. We need that. There's the exterior door. Now it's going to ask for an interior door, which is this one here. And the 2 vents. So that's the exterior vent. That's the interior. Now that light has stopped flickering. And we can pull out our data disk. And now we're trapped in here. Okay. Let's cycle to the exterior. It's going to close that door. It's going to pull out any gases that were in the room, which is terrible because now there's pollutants in that canister. And now it's trying to pressurize into the exterior, but there's nothing in that pipe yet. So I think what we're going to do is let's put the data disk back in, and we'll just shut this down for now. We'll get rid of those 2. Yeah, now we can control these. So let's turn. Is that? Yeah, that should be sucking air in, right? Should be. I guess one way to check is we can get rid of these doors. Grab our tablet out, and this should go to vacuum. If we push the air out, yeah, there's 8 kPa in there. That's perfect. Okay, cool. So now that's on vacuum. We'll turn that off. Let's just see what... Oh, actually, we haven't swapped that gas, that thing over yet. Okay, perfect. So now all we need to do is turn this on and get rid of all the gases that were in that vent. So we'll create, we'll make that a vacuum. My God, this is such a mess. So how's that pipe now? Yeah, that pipe is completely vacuumed. So that is good. Let's change this out. So we can turn that off. Now we can put our pure CO2 in there, which would be perfect. And this works. So we just need to open that up, and now we can put this away. All right, so we want the exterior door There's the interior door. We want the exterior vent and the interior vent, and then we can pull this out. Now we can't actually activate anything manually now. Uh-oh. Yeah, we're gonna have to make a baked potato, I think. Let's put our tank in there and swap that over. And if we just have a look at this, there is not a great deal. There's also O2 in there. There's oxygen in there as well. God damn it. That's all right. The room's going to have oxygen in it anyway until we vacuum everything out. Okay, so that should be good, right? I think we can turn these on. Back pressure is now on, and pressure regulator is on. So that'll try to pressurize the room with 30 kilopascals of carbon dioxide. So let's have a look at that. 13. It is negative 23 degrees in there, but the pressure is going up, so we'll see what happens. In the meantime, let's make ourselves a baked potato. So we're gonna split off one of these guys, put the rest back. Put the potato in there, close it up, and it turns from a bowl of goop into a baked potato. It takes a while to eat it, but it does quite a bit of hunger. A lot more than the cereal bars, that's for sure. There we go. Okay, that's that. Stop the whinging now. I'm really worried about the temperature of this now. Although it is warming up. What temperature is in the... this is going to have to turn on as well. Negative 21. It is, yeah, it's going up. There's already 1 megapascal of CO2 in there. Oh shit, it's in that pipe as well. Let's pressurize that pipe hardcore. We might have to watch that. Maybe if we have a separate T junction with a pressure valve or a back pressure valve, and if it gets over a certain amount, we'll exhaust it into the atmosphere. Okay, it's 6 degrees. It looks like it's just... Oh no, inside. That was world that I had it on. It's negative 21.3. It's too cold in there. All that shit's gonna die. Is that warming up? Not really. The oxygen's nice and warm. Well, I say nice and warm. It's better than negative 19 degrees. Okay, so let's cycle to the inside. Have I got cables on me? A little bit. So the door should shut, and then it's going to pull out the oxygen. Yep, it went to vacuum. And then it's going to pressurize from that canister that we have. All right. No, it only went up to 9 kilopascals. All right, there wasn't enough carbon dioxide in that tank to do it. That's right, we'll cancel the pressurization, and we'll take some of the pressure out of this room. Okay, so what I want to do is probably remove that. Let's just drop this on the ground. just put that there for now. I want to remove this. That's right, yeah, the wiring is just there. Just throw the sheets over there. We could just dump that right down in there. Or we could try and keep it away from our vents. Which is pretty hard in a 1x1 room. Okay, heater is on. So we have to manually turn it on, but the temperature is coming up. -3 degrees, well, -3 degrees. I'm not 100% sure what temperature we need. Maybe we should run like a test. When it gets to like 10 degrees, we'll try it. Let's cycle to the exterior. We'll get some plants. We'll see how we go. Let's turn some of this crap off as well, save some power. Where are our... we've only got one pumpkin, so I don't want to waste that. Let's grab a wheat. We'll see what happens. All right, cycle to the inside. Yep, went to vacuum. Is this going to pressurize now that it has more gas in there? Oh, we got it up to 29. Wasn't quite happy with it. But to be honest, it should be set to 29 and not 30 anyway. Because that's what the room is stabilized at. So let's do that. Take the disc out and we will just cancel pressurization. And this will add 1 wheat seed to the tray. Looks thirsty. Oh, hey, it's growing. Oh, it's 26 degrees in here. All right, take it easy there. How much water have you got? 278. Oh, it's pretty good. I think we should quickly throw a potato in there as well, just in case we get like 1 cycle out of it. Okay, we'll see if this works this time. All right, vacuumed out and pressurizing up to 28. Close enough. All right, go for gold, potato. Grow, you good little thing. We're 24 degrees in here. Oh, I think the plants probably they probably create heat as well. I would think anyway. All right. Probably really don't have enough time in this episode, but what I'm thinking is we set up something really quickly to be able to get us some water. Actually, no, we're not going to be able to do it pretty quickly because we're going to need to filter out nitrogen. Although we do have a nitrogen filter there. Yeah, we'll save it for next episode. Next episode, we've got to get some water. Because currently we don't have a renewable source of water. It's whatever we've got in that canister there is everything we've got. And we're going to need to monitor the temperature of that as well. And currently I have no way to cool it down. I can only heat it up, which is only going to work so far. I'm hoping that the freezing nights that we have are enough for us to only heat it when we need to. But anyway, we'll save that for another day. I hope you enjoyed this, guys. As always, don't forget to lead your targets. I'll see you next time.